Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm Miles, and this is Taz, and this is Super Casual Podcast. And today we're gonna be diving into some anime. We're talking about three different ones today. We're talking about Megalo Box, we're talking about Kenichi, and we're talking about Akame got killed. So first we're gonna start off with Megalo Box.
Yeah, so Megalo Box, for those who don't know, is a anime based off of boxing. His main character living a real rough lifestyle, and boxing is basically his ticket out. I think it's a pretty good show. It's not long. Like I think it just started the second season recently. Yeah. So it's a show that I think a lot of people should check out. It's got a really good soundtrack to it. It has a atmosphere that's been set pretty well, in my opinion. If you like action or if you're a fan of boxing, it's a definitely good show to check out.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I would say, it's kind of some cowboy bebop feels, a little bit in there, as well as a little bit. The soundtrack kind of reminds me of Samurai Champloo a little bit in a way, just like some of the hip hop beat selection.
I guess if you think about Spike Spiegel and Mugen, definitely favorite. What's the main character's name?
Jin?
What? Joe. Yeah, Joe.
Joe.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
so,
I thought you were talking about Champloo.
No, yeah, so
Gearless Joe.
Yeah, Mugen and
Jin.
not Jin. Mugen and Spike Spiegel favorite Joe a lot.
Oh yeah,
they have some very similar styles. I mean,
mannerisms a little bit too slightly.
Yeah, so I mean, the main character definitely gives off the real cool guy vibes. Basically, a little eccentric compared to the people around him and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you have like a favorite fight in the show? Like, what's your favorite match?
Gotta say, well, a lot of people probably might agree, might not agree, but I like the fight towards the end with him and the I forgot his name, but he was wearing the all purple, and it was the last fight basically.
Oh, Yuri.
Yuri, there you go.
Yes.
And then he had to fight with his teachers, his former student. I like that fight too.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that really was a good match. Yeah, for me, I was a big fan of Yuri myself. Like, I think I've liked his character a bit more than the main character.
Yeah.
I felt like his motivations for being what he was made sense a little bit better than the main character and everything like that. And also, I think he showed the best hands in the show.
Definitely the most dedicated. I mean, I don't know too many anime characters that tear off a whole exosuit just to fight somebody else. Like,
oh yeah, you ain't really had people mad at me because I was OP. Nah. I'm gonna weaken myself just to whoop you.
Hey, respect though, respect. He got on Joe's same level to fight.
It was respect.
He was on some Vegeta type stuff, like hey, let's sell power up to his perfect form, like.
Nah, Vegeta was stupid.
He was stupid for that, but I mean,
Yeah, he didn't even. Not to say you didn't go to his level. He went further.
He went further, but Vegeta, I feel like Vegeta be that type of guy. Just
I can agree.
He leveled the playing field a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually really like the intro song.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the intro song hit on that show. It's pretty good. So, I guess we'll give you guys an update from the show.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be checking out season 2 pretty soon.
Definitely going to be checking out season 2.
So, we'll give a nice review of that. We'll be a bit more detailed about it too. It might be like a short clip, a little 15-minute joint we'll put together for y'all. So, next, we're going to start off with one of my personal favorite animes. Kenichi, the mightiest disciple.
Man, that show, I can't put it into words. Like, it just got a special place in my heart.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Definitely rewatch it like every few years or so. Just love it.
Yeah, completely agree. If there was a show like it could probably crack my top 10 list as far as shows go. I liked that it had a very good, well balance of humor, some serious stuff. It was one of them shows where it's like the main character wasn't a badass. He was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You know, he was like a little corny dude trying to make himself tougher. So he decided to pick up like martial arts and stuff like that. And it's like I wouldn't say rags to riches, but it's a bit of a come up type of story. So he was doing his thing, and I just love to see the progression in that show. It's like you really get to see like somebody go from being like lame to like he kind of man for real now,
Yep.
And it's like there was like when like how some shows it's like a big time skip and then all of a sudden it's something totally different. Like you get to actually see his progression in his character, and I think they did that really well.
Yeah. Kind of like you guys will see our progression as we grow,
Oh yeah.
We gonna definitely be on some top tier stuff later, so y'all stay tuned.
Oh yeah. Plug it. Plug it. I love the plug. Let's go. But yeah, man. So if we want to talk about like some of the favorite characters from the show, like the main character, cool and all, but my favorite character is absolutely the Hermit. Hermit was the best character on that show.
I think we can agree with that.
Yeah.
Like I really loved Hermit. Like he was that dude.
Yeah.
So,
He had I think he had a very, very unique style of fighting compared to a lot of other people on the show. It's like some version of Kung Fu. He even had connections to one of the masters of Kenichi. I think his master and the Chinese man, the Kung Fu master for Kenichi, I think his name was Ma or something like that, had a connection to the Hermit's master because of the type of art styles that they do. It was pretty, but yeah, that's my favorite character. He's the badass of the show. Like he come in, he is like anti-emotional a little bit. He a little bit of a tough guy, but like still kind of got a good heart to him. But yeah, he's the man. He's a bit of a snake if you pay attention to it. Like,
he
like
was.
it's like he was like two completely different people in his life. It's like he was like either this super popular, all the girls love him type of guy, or he was just like this straight up badass. But it's like nobody ever saw it unless he was in the streets, basically. Yeah. Any other characters that stood out to you?
I gotta say, Kenichi's childhood friend at the end. I like his fighting style as well.
Rio?
Yeah, Rio.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I honestly liked a lot of the 8 Deadly Fists of Ragnarok, but yeah, that was the name, 8 Deadly Fists of Ragnarok.
Was that the name of the group?
No, that was just the name of the group.
Oh, you talking about the group that Herman was a part of too?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So basically, if you would like to watch the show, it's kind of like they were kind of like street gangs a little bit.
Yeah.
Street gangs with hands.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what kind of like where the setting kind of took place in that. Yeah. I did like the boxer too. It was a one-handed boxer on the show. He came pretty early in the series. He was pretty cool. He was like this one-handed boxer. He was really getting to him. Just the one hand. He was nice with it.
Yeah.
Nice with it. What else? Yeah, I can't think of any characters that really stood out to me. Like besides the Masters were like some pretty interesting characters too. They had a lot of variety in it. Like you guys ever notice, like shows that are always going to stand out to me the most are shows that have a really good cast of characters. It's not just like maybe 3 or 4 that are interesting, but like a whole like world of people is just like you want to know their backstory and everything like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the vibes that I got from Kenichi.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all we had to say about Kenichi. So we're gonna go into Akame Got Killed, which is a really good show. One of my new favorites.
Yeah, he definitely was like, yeah, we gotta talk about Akame Got Killed. We just had to put it in there today. And I'm not mad at it. It's a good show. It's a great show.
So this might have came late, but better than never. But we're gonna throw out some spoilers. Spoiler alert. So
cool. I'm gonna do something for y'all. Yeah, y'all gonna know beforehand before this even starts. I got you.
But a lot of characters die in that show, and I'm kind of glad that the creator or the writer decided to go on with that path, or like you couldn't really get attached to certain characters because they just died. Like
Yeah.
that's what kind of adds more value to certain shows when
Mhm.
characters die
Yeah.
off. So
It definitely gives it a heavy weight to it in an emotional sense.
yeah,
So it's like you can't. It's just not it's just not going to be a fun watch. It's a show that's going to actually have you pretty emotionally invested in. It's going to hit you in some. It's going to hit you in your feels.
yeah.
It's going to hit you in your feels. It's a lot of a lot of depths in that show.
It gives off the same type of urgency as like Samurai 7 for those of my anime fans that have watched that show.
Mhm.
Love that show too. Big respect to that show.
I think another thing that's really good about it, short and sweet. It's not like an
Yeah.
overly long series. It's like 2 seasons, probably 24 episodes.
Something like that.
Yeah, 24, 26 episodes, and it ends like the pacing of that show was absolutely perfect. Like it felt like it was way longer than it was. Like when I went,
Yeah.
like after I watched it the first time, when I went back, I'm like, is this right?
Yeah.
It felt like so much more happened in the episodes it did. I'm not sure what they did to get that type of effect, but it
Yeah.
worked out really well. Like the pacing of the show was really good. It's like it didn't feel like it was like 26 episodes. It felt like it was a lot more than that. They found a way to pack a lot in them, them 24 minutes.
Honestly, shows don't even need to be super long to hit as hard.
Right.
Like
Right.
you just come in there, you write a good story, do the job, and
Get out of this.
yeah, and you
Yeah,
make
no.
a timeless show. Like another honorable mention of favorites that I like is Samurai Champloo, as I mentioned.
We'll be doing a
Yeah.
very
You
in-depth
definitely gonna go into
review
more
on
of
that show
as well.
Yeah, that's
So
yeah. It's coming up. Just wait on it. Just wait on it.
yeah.
So besides like stories and what else stood out to you about Akame ga Kill?
I like the Imperial arms, the uniqueness of the Imperial arm weapons. They were I liked it. It was cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I was a big fan of the Imperial arm with all the threads and stuff. Like it was a one character.
Talking about he was part of the assassins. So
yeah.
that
You remember his name?
I don't remember his name to be honest.
Yeah, but yeah, he had. I think his Imperial arm was the coolest to me. He was basically had incredibly powerful wires, but he was very creative in his use of it. It made him a very interesting character. Like he wasn't really like a great, like straight up fighter, but he was smart, and I like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you ain't gotta be on brute force with it. You gotta have some finesse, and he was all finesse. You know.
He was definitely thirsty too. Every chick he came across, he was just like, I gotta get a piece of that.
Yeah, that's another thing. You know, he was shooting his shots. You feel me? He was Kobe Bryant with it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P.
Big Mamba.
Big Mamba. Hey, anything else you want to say about Akame?
Definitely the personalities of each character. They were all different, and I like that as well. From Mai, who was a bit annoying, to Tasumi, who was like the main character. Like he's like a traditional protagonist type of anime character, and then you got Bro, who was gay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he was cool. He was a cool dude, you know.
And I think that's dope too. Like
Yeah.
the spectrum of their characters was very broad,
Right.
but they seem like real people.
Yeah.
And just like in real life, you know, people who they are a bunch of different things. You know.
Yeah. So I like that too about the show. And I think that's all I gotta say about Akame ga Kill. Like, it's just definitely a good watch. So if you haven't watched it already, you should definitely give it a try.
I think the one thing I would add, one of the greatest anime fight scenes you want to see is the last fight between
Asdef and
Akame
and Asdef,
and Asdef.
Yep.
And that is a fight, bro.
Yeah.
I really like that fight. It was a really good one.
Yeah.
Speaking of Asdef,
yeah, Tasumi, I don't know what you was doing. You ain't played the game right, but if I was you, I mean, I would have took my shot with Asda because she was clearly on to you, bro.
I was smashing the squad. I don't care what nobody
But
said.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of see why he did it though, because she did kill his mans or whatever.
She was wild crazy too.
Yeah,
she was crazy. Yeah.
So
I mean, you know what they say though, yeah. You know what they say, yeah. But yeah, she was one of my favorite characters in that show. I can tell you that much. It's Steph. She had that little dominatrix type of thing going on about her, but
yeah,
she was She was actually a really good character, a really well made character. I appreciate that.
yeah.
No, like I feel like sometimes in anime, some of the women characters aren't as good, but that didn't really apply to her. Like she was a very dope character. Akame was also.
Oh
a very good character.
Akame was one of my favorite characters in the show.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
So let's move on to some games. We'll keep the game a little broad because we got some content ideas for y'all. You know, we got some stuff coming out, so we ain't gonna be too specific right now. But today we're gonna talk about some of our favorite gaming genres.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let Miles lead that while I think about mine, right?
So, my favorite gaming genres definitely fighting games, action adventure, RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer action RPG over like turn based. I'm not a big fan of turn based or strategy games. I'm starting to get into the racing genre. That's becoming part of my favorites. And then shooting, of course.
Think you can name a game for one, like each one of them characters that stand out to you?
Yeah. For fighting, I gotta say Tekken and Soul Calibur.
That's
and Dead or Alive. I'm gonna say Dead or Alive.
Yeah, you. It's funny because a lot of them run by like the same company, like Bandai Namco and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We see. You got a type.
Huh?
You got a type.
A little bit, yeah. I like fast paced fighters and lots of combos. So that's my type of fighting game.
Yeah, you gotta juggle. Got to. Yeah.
So.
You said action adventure.
Yeah, action adventure. As far as that, I would take it way back. I like Onimusha.
Bro, you took 2 days, right?
I like was it Genji? Genji was a good one. That was a classic to me. Like
we talking about. I thought Genji was on PS3.
They had a PS3 version as well. They had both the 2 and the 3 version.
I probably played the 1 on the 3. Like I think that's what I remember playing it. But yeah, Genji was a pretty good game. I remember that now. Yeah, it was pretty good.
And then
it was pretty difficult too. Like I used to die.
It was. Like it was really heavy on like your ability to counter your enemy. Like kind of almost like reminiscent of like Shinobi. The new one on PS2, like the 3D one.
Right. Yeah, I ain't really good at that. I wasn't good at that. I cheated my way through the game. You know, you find that little loophole, you can just keep exposing the win. I sure did. That's exactly what I did.
A more recent title that I like is Ghost of Tsushima. Love that game. Love it.
I'm about to borrow that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it.
I definitely. I downloaded it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You don't have PlayStation.
But you could definitely come over and play it though.
You know, so I'll just put it in the book bag and stuff. Take a PlayStation with me.
Yeah. Shoot. What other action adventure games can I say I like?
How about a role playing one?
Role playing. Oh, definitely Skyrim. Gotta say Skyrim.
We could probably have a whole episode on Skyrim alone.
My role playing list is like this. Like
I guess we're gonna have to have an episode of this role playing game. Like I played quite a few myself, so I know me and you were really big fans of Dragon's Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma, yes.
That game
Legend
is pretty good.
Zelda, a lot of them, a lot of different.
I ain't gonna lie, but Skyrim is like. I'm glad it's a game I played when I was younger and I had the free time to really enjoy it. Because now that I'm a grown adult, that thing can snatch hours away from your life so fast. Like he's like, yeah, I'm gonna hop on for a little bit. Like 10 hours later, you still sitting in the house playing this game.
That game has so much replay value, so much lore, so much. All of that, man.
Like this side quests are actually like worth it. Like, you know, bro, I spent the majority of my time playing a game not being on the main quest line. I mean
that's how you get some of the Daedric artifacts and all that, like all the good weapons and all that through side quests. Like you're not gonna get most of that through the main story. Like some of those side quests are kind of you gotta look for them side quests. Like some of them just not on your face.
Really, some of them is just like the things that bring you like some really good gear, like so off the wall. Like, I think one of them was like you go to a bar and you're supposed to take a drink from somebody, and it takes you to a Daedric mission. But it's just like how often you go to the bars and Skyrim and like actually try to take a drink with somebody. And like you wake up, you're drugged, they took all your clothes. I'm like, God damn.
Skyrim really on some real life stuff.
And you had to fight your way out and everything like that. It was just like, it's wild. And the dragon fights.
Love the dragon fights, man.
Yeah,
love them.
Yeah, we might have to do like a
Dover King.
That beat used to scare you sometimes. Cause you know you just running through the woods and you wasn't ready for no dragon. you just came out the cave or whatever. You like I'm a little lower health.
Alright, so
so
let's hear it. Let's hear it in the comments. Y'all tell me which did y'all pick, werewolf or vampire? Let's hear it. Which one did you pick? I'm not gonna lie. I started off with werewolf, but like my third time around, I'm like, okay, let me try the vampire lord, and then I like the vampire lord. That's it's just they weak, but their moves are so worth it though.
Yeah, man, you gonna do everything at night. Go ahead, just eliminate all the daylight.
You can't lurk out in the day at all. Like you just, and then you gotta feed because if you don't feed, like that's another weakness. Like so,
good stuff. I guess some of the games I tend to enjoy is pretty similar to you. We're talking fighting games. I'm talking Smash. I'm a huge fan of Smash. And we're going to talk about classic Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar. Bro, I played that at your house, man. Oh my God.
I don't know.
I don't know why they stopped making those.
That's what I want to give you a second. I don't know what y'all doing with this property. I need you to release another one. The game was too good.
We need that.
Like, and with the explosion of Evo and everything, like, fighting games are really in right now, and you're not trying to produce enough Bloody Roar.
Listen,
what are you doing? Listen, look.
We need some love.
What are you doing?
We need some love.
I need you to get it together.
For real. It's not enough. Like, we are having reboots and updated and new versions of series, but we need for you to bring some of those old ones back.
They're bringing a lot of the old ones back. We need them to bring Bloody
Roar specifically back. Bloody Roar. I mean, for real. I would like Power Stone, another Power Stone too, but that's probably not gonna happen. But
this is for Bloody Roar.
Okay,
we're not just going in on the games.
Bloody Roar right now.
Right, that's it. Hey, man, you want to throw it all in there.
Okay.
But Bloody Roar. Amazing game. The concept was really interesting. It's like all of the people who could transform into a hybrid version of an animal and do battle like that. It was a game, man. Like long, Shenlong, as you go, like oh my God. It was like that. It was really like that.
It definitely was.
Yeah. And as far as like action adventures, I like a lot of action adventure games. So I'm talking like Devil May Cry.
Oh yeah,
Devil May. I'm heavy on the Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
I think I play almost. I play everyone.
I'm almost done with one, and I'm still stuck with one, but I'm about to finish that
The
pretty
very
soon.
first.
Yeah, I got the collection. Like I'm gonna play all.
Oh, you got the collection. Okay. I kind of want to get the
enjoy
updated
it.
version of the last one that came out with because they got Virgil on that one. I got Virgil. I love like any game where you get that special edition. You play with Virgil.
Yeah.
You be thinking, do I really need it? Then you play with Virgil. It was absolutely worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah.
He's always been a good like that good special bonus character is absolutely really fun to play. So yeah,
Right.
yeah. But that the last Devil May Cry game that came out was really on point. It was definitely on point. Ninja Game.
Oh, Ninja, man,
Ninja
don't
Game.
get me started with Ninja,
Ninja
Game.
Game
Like, if
was
you
really
ever
like
wondered what it was to be like a ninja, like full fledged, but not have to worry about all the stuff in the game, like Tenchu,
Yeah.
definitely go with Ninja Gaiden.
Right. Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden is
It's not
fire.
an easy game.
It's not easy either. It's definitely on some Dark Souls type of
that was
difficulty.
absolutely never a game I could play
Yeah.
hard. Like normal. Like in general, any game I play, I just put. Like, I started off on hard because 9 times out of 10 I ain't gonna get that enjoyment out of need. I need that hill to climb. Couldn't do that with Ninja Game. It was just it was so bad.
I don't know about you, man, but I love samurais and ninjas, man. I never like Ninja Gaiden was so fun for me.
Yeah.
Like, it really felt like what it feels like to be a ninja.
Right. Now a category that he didn't mention that's really popular to me, not popular. I'm sorry, that I really enjoy is shooting. Like I'm really big on the shooting games. You feel me? So. Like I mentioned earlier, Apex. I'm a big fan of the Apex games. I play a lot of Apex. Doom. I mentioned that the last time. I was a really big fan of the Doom games. Of course, Call of Duty. Everybody loves Call of Duty. You gotta have Call of Duty zombies in there, everything like that. It was another game that I really wanted to mention. Overwatch. Big fan of Overwatch. It was a very unique game to the shooting genre, like a hero shooter. I haven't played it in a really long time, and I kind of don't want to hop back into it now. But Overwatch 2, if they do that right, I'm definitely going to give it a chance. And Destiny, really big fan
like
of Destiny. That game was really fun too. But that actually falls in kind of like two categories. It's like a role player and shooter.
Yeah.
The looter shooters are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They just dropped one I want to check out. I think me and you we're gonna have to play that for some content for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, another game in genre I really like. Well, here's a game that I really enjoy from a genre I don't like. I don't play any horror games. I hate it. I don't do jump scares. I'm gonna break my TV. I'm gonna punch somebody. Like it's not cool. I shouldn't play horror games. But Dying Light. Dying Light is one of my favorite games of all time. Like that's a zombie game that really makes you feel immersed in the zombie world. Like you really running from the zombies. You really see the zombies with the hands and everything. Like it was the best version of this. Like it had me feeling like Walking Dead and all that, just for a bit more monstrous type of zombies. Gotta have that to make a game feel real. The human players being like really volatile and everything felt right too. It's just like Dying Light is definitely one of my favorite games.
I gotta say Resident Evil. I really love Resident Evil. Like
which one?
I like 4. I like 5 as well.
But
Cause
4
5 is co-op, so I like that experience a little bit better.
Right. But yo, I ain't gonna lie. 4 is like new system drop. Hey yo, load up that Resident Evil 4. We need some income to start something new right. Yeah, just load that up right quick.
Yeah,
it's gonna be on the 5 too. Don't worry.
They definitely ported that joint so many times. Like
load that up right quick. Yeah, it was an amazing game. It was a very complete, good experience. So I can't be mad at that.
Love it. Yeah.
All right. What you got? Anything else for the gaming section?
Let's talk about some of the childhood favorites we had.
Childhood favorites
like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
Yeah, those were the two I was going to name. I was going to say now you can take both of mine.
How about Mario Kart 64?
Didn't play much.
Oh, come on, man.
Yo, I have a Switch right now, and everybody keeps asking me, yo, why don't you have Mario? I'm like, you know what? I've been meaning to buy it, still haven't got it.
I mean, the new one is cool, but I'm sorry, that first Magic was back on 64.
No, we talking about 64 Magic? Smash Bros.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, that's a given. I mean, Smash Brothers does not ever
Actually,
not kick out heat.
No, 64 game. I still love to go back and play this day. To this day, Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Star Fox.
Never played Star Fox.
It was,
but I want to though.
Yeah. Star Fox, like when the 64 hit different, bro. It's the nostalgia is powerful. The gameplay is great. Like I love it.
What about that Super Mario 64 though?
Yeah, the first 3D one. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Honestly, you know what? Like which Super Mario Galaxy, the first one, was actually really, really good.
Yeah, the newest Mario I played was Sunshine, honestly.
Yeah.
And I love Sunshine.
Mm-hmm. We did a pretty deep dive in this game. But I just want you to know we wrote some stuff that we didn't get that far. we get that one. We that.
Alright, so I feel like we talked about this section enough. We're gonna move on to some music.
Oh yeah.
Right?
A little bit of hip hop.
So yeah.
You feel me?
What you been up to in the music category?
Mother. Sucker.
Man, what you listening to?
I ain't been listening to too much, honestly. You know. Why don't you go first? Man? You go first.
So I gotta say, shouts out my man, Childish Gambino, Mac Miller, Schoolboy Q, Casey Veggies, and Fabulous, as well as Isaiah Rashad. You know, those are some of the guys I've been bumping as of late. Yeah. Also, what I like.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still a little new to this. I needed my notes for this section. Had to pull that out right quick. You feel me? That's why I was sitting there because I gotta go back to my notes sometimes. Right? But artists I've been really enjoying lately, Akeem Ali. He's like he's a Atlanta artist. I actually found out about him on one of those 85 Vibe shows that the 85 South podcast does. Shout out to 85 South, who do some really good work over there. But yeah, man, he's a really talented artist. Is what I enjoy most about him. He's incredibly unique. Like he got some real artistic music, and I really like that. It's like, of course, you know, you want to hear some tough street shit, or some stuff about getting to some girls or whatever. But it's good to like get a really unique vibe from somebody, and that's what I get from him. Like some of his favorite songs I like is Keep Me Casanova. You know, that is real pimpish. That song goes hard. Another one of his songs is pretty like regular, but it's called Rolling. Those are like the two songs of his I keep in my rotation pretty often. Another artist I like to listen to is Boz. Gotta mess with Boz. Yeah, he's the man. Like I love his melodies. Like he's got to me, I love like music I can cruise to. He's got really good cruising music. Like yeah, man. Like a song like Spaceship and Rockets. I got a little bit of house music to it. And, like that really be vibing for me. I love that. Love me some Boz. But like that whole Milky Way project, loved it. Yeah, loved it. I can listen to that album, like just straight up, just put the album on. But I do feel like that about a lot of his music. I don't skip a lot of his songs when I'm listening to his album. So his albums flow very well. I always like that about him.
Yeah.
Well, what else do I have written down right here? Stove God.
I actually not familiar with Stove God, honestly.
If you're looking for some real gritty type rap, like almost old school type rap, like that's where you go to. Stove God is really dope. He's one of them rappers that's kind of up from that upstate New York. Like upstate New York is kind of having their own movement right now, where like these like really hard hitting bar spitting type of rappers, and he has just a really nice gritty flow to him. I really bangs on it. Like he the man. Like Rolls Royce break. Like, it's like I'm trying to tell you that like that's my favorite song of his right now. But yeah, definitely guys check out Stove God. If you haven't, gotta do it. Check out Stove God. He the man. And who else I got down here? For some R&B stuff, I got Children of Zeus. It's like this what do you go like British, like British England. Well, somebody from on that side of the world is an R&B group. They're really dope. They have more of the '90s style of R&B. It's real much slower, more melodic. It's a real like love making music for real. You know, fellas, you know, when you chilling in the car with your shorty, you know, y'all having one of them moments, y'all just chilling, vibing, talking, doing whatever. Throwing the Children of Zeus is gonna set that vibe for you, I promise. Gotta do that. Who else? What's his name? I don't know what I wrote. Freddie Gibbs.
Oh yeah, Freddie Gibbs. I like Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, he's been hitting my playlist a lot lately too. So Freddie Gibbs, Don't Be Mad at You. I know you heard me play that song a lot. Like it's a song with him, Problem with Snoop Dogg. That's my joint. Like I put that on rotation a lot. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of Freddie Gibbs. The song Giannis, I really be bumping that. And for right now, I'll leave the list right there. That's about all I've been listening to. I've been rambling for a minute. I'm gonna let my man's Miles, let him say something.
So sometimes I do be on my little different stuff, and I mess with like some Trippie Red or some Ski Master Slump God. Or
Yeah, I ain't never heard of him.
some Denzel Curry. He's Ski Mask is actually like he was on the Florida scene, like he was kind of like around like X and Denzel and that type of crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, Florida scene.
Yeah. It's another rapper from the Florida scene that I really like. It's Seti.
Seti?
Yeah.
I don't know about Seti.
I know it's more like I know that's not it. Yeah, I don't think that's his whole name, but like it's a dude from down there I've been bumping. He's pretty good.
Okay. Shoot, what else? I think that's all I got for right now. Honestly.
Yeah, man. Well, this has been episode 1. I know this might confuse some of you. The other one was just a preface to kind of get you guys acclimated to what this is about to be about. This is the start of our weekly episodes. We want to try our best to do this every week or every 2 weeks, depending on what's going on with our lifestyles. But this has been the Super Casual Podcast.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow our channel.
We follow me on Instagram
and the YouTube as well.
Yeah. What's it? Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
every YouTuber,
that red
bro.
Button.
Every YouTuber.
That red button. The
Yeah,
subscribe
honestly,
button.
yeah, we need that. We need that, so we can start really
views up for us.
Yeah, so we can really start putting on some fire content.
Yes.
Again, we appreciate y'all. This has been the Super Casual Podcast. We out.